All right, so we've got a couple questions here that are asking us about deriving a linear curve. I've given you a couple pieces of information about an individual's consumption and their income. Specifically, we start with consumption equal to 150 when income is equal to 100, and then consumption goes up to 225 when income rises to 200. So we made the assumption here that our income and our consumption are linearly related. Now, before we get into solving for this linear relationship and graphing it, it's important to know which variable is our dependent variable and which variable is our independent variable. So if you think about consumption and income is going to change our consumption. It's not that our consumption changes, then we raise our income. It's that we get more income, and that's going to alter how much we consume. So we can write our linear relationship between consumption and income as consumption is equal to some intercept, some fixed amount of consumption that takes place, intercept, regardless of how much income we have, plus slope times our level of income. So in the end, what we want to do is we want to solve for our intercept and our slope that'll allow us to plug in any value of income, and that'll give us the consumption. Now, before we get to that, let's take this to the graph here and notice that because we've defined income as our independent variable, we're going to put that on our x-axis. We're going to put consumption on the y-axis here. We've got 2 points. We've got a point where income is equal to 100, and at that point, we've got consumption equal to 150. Let's go ahead and mark that point right here. Okay, and then when income goes up to 200, our consumption rises to 225. Okay, so we can mark that point as well. All right, we've got a dot right there, and we've got income at 200. So now, we're making the assumption again that we've got a line that goes exactly through these 2 points here. Okay, and got that line there. All right, what we'd like to do is we'd like to find out what the slope of that line is and then what that intercept is. So what is this value right over here? Okay, so the way that we're going to do that is we're going to start by taking or finding the slope of this function. How do we find the slope? That slope is going to be equal to the rise over the run, for those of you who learn slope that way. Right? More technically, we can think of this as the change in our consumption divided by our change in income. So I've got those Greek letter deltas there, those triangles. That's going to represent the change in consumption and the change in income here. Okay, so the change in consumption, we ended at 225 and we started at 150. We're going to divide this by that income of 200 minus 100. So this is telling us our income rose from 100 to 200. Our consumption rose from 150 to 225. So we've got a slope of 75 over 100. So our slope is equal to 0.75. If we take a moment and think about what this means, this is telling us that if income goes up by $1, our consumption is going to go up by 75 cents or 0.75. Okay, so with the slope, we can quickly find the intercept. The way to find the intercept is we can plug either one of these points that we've had initially, the consumption 1 and income 1 or consumption 2 and income 2, into our line here, into our linear function, and add that slope of 0.75. So what do I mean by that? We've got consumption equal to intercept plus 0.75 times income. Okay, we're trying to solve for this intercept here, right here. Oop, went a little crazy there. Okay, so we want to solve for this intercept here. I'm going to just underline it. All right. What points can we put in for consumption and income? Well, we can put either consumption equal to 150 and income equal to 100, or consumption equal to 225, income equal to 200. Let's go ahead and put in that first point here. 150 is our consumption. That's going to be equal to our intercept plus 0.75 times that $100 income. Right, $100. So that means 150 is going to be equal to whatever our intercept is plus $75. We can go ahead and subtract 75 from both sides, and we end up with an intercept equal to 75. Okay, we can go ahead and take this and plug it in right here into our graph. Okay, so 75 is the amount that we're going to consume even if we have no income. For each dollar that we earn, we increase our consumption by 75 cents. So that means consumption is equal to $75 plus 0.75 times our income. Okay, hopefully that clears up any issues you have with this question or these sets of questions. If not, take a look again and see if you can clear anything else up. All right, good luck.